friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Young Crackers for Cracking IIT and NEET. So today in this video we are going to discuss about what is the empirical formula of a given unit cell in different conditions, which means after removal of certain position atoms. So what is the resultant empirical formula? Let's see. Before going to do calci, so we must know what is the position of atoms in a given unit cell. One more time we will see. So in a given unit cell, cubical unit cell, so how many corners are there? 8 corners and 6 face centers and 1 body centers. So what is the contribution of this 8 corners? 1/8 position. And what is the contribution of this face center atom? Half. And what is the contribution of this body center atom? Complete 100%, right? So in a cubic cell or in a simple cubic unit cell, how many corners are there? 8 corners, 6 face centers and 1 body center. Suppose A kind of atom occupied at corners and B kind of atoms are occupied at face centers and C kind of atoms are occupied at body center. So what is the empirical formula of this given unit cell? Or after removal of one facial plane, what is the resultant empirical formula? Or after removal of atoms from any facial diagonal, so what is the empirical formula? Or else after removal of any body diagonal atoms, the atoms which are present in the body diagonal, now what is the resultant empirical formula? Like this they may ask questions. So how to calculate these kind of questions? Let's see, right? So before going to do this one, and again we must know that what is empirical formula. So what is empirical formula? It is a formula which contains the least ratio of atoms of a given compound or here a given unit cell. That is simply empirical formula. Suppose same question, that question they may ask like this question: atoms A occupied at corner, atom B occupied at face center, face centers, atom C occupied at body center. At body center. Now what is the empirical formula? What is the empirical formula? The first condition of given unit cell. Second condition, removal of atoms from any facial plane. Removal of atoms from any facial plane. Third condition same, removal of atoms from any facial diagonal. And fourth condition, so removal of atoms from any body diagonal. Fifth condition, removal of atoms from any body or from any rectangular plane. And what are the empirical formulas of this given 5 conditions? They match like this. So A occupied some position, B occupied some position, C kind of atoms occupied at some position. So what about this condition? Of course we may create many conditions, but I'm giving like important condition, 5 conditions. So from these 5 conditions, what is the resultant empirical formula? Let's see one by one. So first we must know what is the position of A. A position at corners and B position, B occupied at face center, and C occupied at body center, right? You know already in a simple cubic how many corners are there? 8 corners, each one contribution is 1/8, and 6 face centers, each one contribution is 1 second, and only one body center, so 100% contribution, one atom is present only. Now, so first question, what is the empirical formula of a given unit cell? So there is no removal of atoms, we have to find the given unit cell empirical formula. So 8 corners, because A occupied at corner, B occupied at face center, C occupied at body center. So 8 corner, each one contribution is 1/8, and 6 face centers of B, each one contribution is 1 second. And next one here, this one is only body center. So what is the overall empirical formula? We have to simplify. So we can get here 1 atom, here 3 atom, here 1 atom. So what is the empirical formula? A 1 atom, B 3 atoms, C 1 atom. So this is the empirical formula of a given unit cell, and you must remember here we have to make the integer value. If we can get 3/2 value, so that by 2 we have to remove the decimal value, denominator value 2, so then we can get the integer value. We have to keep here integer values only. The second one, what is the second condition? So removal of atoms from any facial plane, from any facial plane. So suppose if we take, this is our facial plane. So here one corner atom, corner and one face center atom. If we remove any facial plane, so 4 corner atoms are removed, 1 face center atom is to be removed. So rest how many face center atoms are there? 5 face center atoms, each one contribution is 1 second as it is. And here 4 corner atoms removed, rest of the 4 corner atoms here backside are present. So what is the contribution of those 4 atoms? 1/8. After removal of these possible atoms, removal of atoms from any facial plane, so 4 atoms from corner removed, how many are there? Rest 4, each one contribution is 1/8. Now second position is our face centers. So 1 face center atom is removed, rest 5 atoms are there. So each one contribution is 5/2, and there is no removal of probability of removing this body center atom, because we are removing from this facial plane only. So now rest that body center is as it is. So now see, here denominator 8 and here 2, and here in 1 we have to make the integer value. So to make integer value, the maximum denominator should be multiplied here in all the 3 conditions, and then simplify it. 8 gets cancelled, and this one is what of 4. Next 4, 20, here 8. Again if you simplify, 4, 5 ja, 2 ja, so 1 atom, 5 atom, 2 atom. So what is the empirical formula? A1, B5, C2. So this is the empirical formula of the second condition. So we have to do calculation like this. After removal of all the possible atoms, and whatever the atoms are present, what is the contribution of that one, we have to do calculation like this. Then we can get the least ratio. We can write this one also, A4 and B20, so C8. That is not the empirical formula, because the empirical formula is nothing but least ratio of atoms. So if you again simplify, you can get 1, 5, 2, and this is the least ratio of the given atom. So that's why this is the empirical formula of the second condition, right? Next, let's see in third, fourth, fifth. So remember this one. A position, B position, C position, and third condition. What is the third condition? Removal of atoms from any facial diagonal, right? Again facial diagonal. So facial diagonal is nothing but okay, this is the facial diagonal. So any facial diagonal, if you remove facial diagonal atoms, how many corner atoms are removed? 2 corner atoms are removed. So rest 6 atoms are to be there, and 1 facial atom is also removed, and rest of 5 atoms to be there. So there is no probability of removal of body center atom. So now, so after removal of these 2 corner atoms, rest how many are there? 6. What is the contribution of each? 8. And here, so 1 facial atom is removed, rest of the atoms are 5, contribution is 2, and body center, nothing happens to body center atom. Again we have to simplify this one. So maximum denominator is 8, so multiplied by 8. So now if we simplify, so we can get again same here, this is 6, and here so 20, next here 8. So there is no 4 probability, and so 3, 2 3s are 10, 4. So this is the simplest ratio. What is that? A 3, B 10, C 4. So this is the empirical formula of the given third condition. So removal of atoms from any facial diagonal. Right? Are you getting my point? Now let's see the fourth one, fifth one. I'm going to repeat this one. So what is the fourth condition? Removal of atoms from any body diagonal axis. Okay, this condition is also careful. From any body diagonal axis. Any body diagonal plane is different. Any body diagonal axis is different. So here body diagonal axis, facial diagonal. Sorry, here also axis. Of course, only one probability is there. Here also axis. Any facial diagonal axis, here any body diagonal axis, only axis. So from this axis, so body diagonal axis here to here, if we remove all possible atoms from this, how many atoms are removed? So one here, two corner atoms to be removed, and one body center atom is to be removed. So rest the 6 face centers, there nothing happens to this 6 face center atoms, right? So after removal of 2 corners, so rest 6 atoms are there, each one contribution is 1 by 8, and here 6 face center as it is, so 1 by 2 contribution, body center becomes 0 because body center atom is to be removed in the body diagonal axis. Now here, so what is the contribution? So same here 6 maximum, so we have to multiply it by 8, and here 6, so 4, next 6 into 4, here 0, right? So if we simplify, so 1, 4, 0. So what is the formula? A B4C0. This is the empirical formula of the given fourth condition. Okay. So this is body diagonal axis. The last condition, removal of atoms from any rectangular plane. So we have that plane of symmetry. In the last video I discussed with the types of symmetries, plane of symmetry, body diagonal symmetry, right? So rectangular plane of symmetry. So rectangular plane of symmetry are 3, from this plane or this plane or this plane, whatever. So if we remove from this plane, I am cutting this plane of symmetry. So this plane of symmetry, this upper layer face center atom, and your side face center atom, towards me one face center atom, downside also one face center atom. So 4 face center atoms are removed. In between here, so one in the middle, one body center atom to be removed. So total one body center, 4 face center atoms are removed. So there is nothing happened to this 8 corners, right? So fifth condition, first one A position is a corner, that's why there is nothing happened. So 8 by 8 here, and 4 face center atoms are removed. So 2 face center atom, each one contribution is 1 second. Next in this plane, so that body center atom is going to be so removed. Now here what is that? 0. Now 1, 1, 0. So what is the formula? A, B, C, 0, or A1, B1, C0, or whatever you can write. Like this, we have to find the empirical formula after removal of the atoms from different positions. So very easy. So you try to understand these kind of concept. What are the positions and what is the contribution? You have to imagine in 3D either axial, either axis or plane. Suppose body diagonal axis or body diagonal plane. These two are entirely different. Body diagonal axis means only from this axis of symmetry, right? This axis of symmetry, 2 corner atom, 1 body center are to be removed. If you take body diagonal axis, from this axis means this plane is completely so related to this one. How many possible? So 1, 2 corner atoms. So downside also here 2 atoms, 4 corner atoms are removed. Through this plane, so this face center atom, this face center atom, these 2 are removed, and in between one body center atom is also removed. So careful, that's why I told you here this is about body diagonal axis. If they mention body diagonal plane, and you have to choose another imaginary way, right? And this is about the calci, how to find the empirical formula of in different conditions. And another one, let's see the packing fraction in 2D dimension. Okay. Right. Next one, packing fraction in 2D. Packing fraction in 2D. packing fraction in 2D. So in 3D, in the last video we have discussed that packing fraction of simple cubic, packing fraction of body center, packing fraction of face center atoms, like 74%, 68 and 48, 52% respectively are there, right? So let's say in 2D dimension, if you take square plane, 2D dimension, so like this 2D dimension. So from the nucleus, center of the atoms, if we draw a line, we can get the imaginary unit cell. That imaginary unit cell is square shape, right? Now, what is the packing fraction? In 3D, we have to find the volume occupied by atoms in a given unit cell, but in 2D, we have to find the area occupied by atoms in a given unit cell. If suppose this area is occupied from this atom, this area is occupied from this atom, and from here this atom, and here from here this atom. This is a cavity, empty space. So we should not get 100% packing fraction. Of course, it is 70, 80 and 90. We don't know. We have to calculate that one, right? Now, from this one, what is the contribution of this circle to unit cell? 1/4 position. See, imagine this is 1/4 position. So here 1/4, here 1/4, because to this target unit cell only. So what is the contribution here? 1/4. Here contribution is 1/4. Here also 1/4, 1/4. So 4 atoms, each one contribution is 1/4 to the unit cell. Overall, we may get 1 atom. So 1 atom is present in a given unit cell, right? And again, if you consider the length of this square A, and what is A? A equals to here radius of the circle. Here also here to here radius of the circle. So from this point A equals to, you may write 2r. A equals to 2r in 2D. And now packing fraction, how to find the packing fraction? This is a 2D dimension, that's why area occupied by atoms upon area of the unit cell. So area occupied by atoms, only 1 atom is there. This is the right. It is not spherical shape because it is not 3D. It is only 2D. So in 2D, the circle. So what is the area of the circle? Pi r square. How many atoms are there? Only 1 atom is there. That's why overall 1 atom. So that area of that 1 atom is pi r square. Next one upon area of the unit cell. So length of the unit cell is A. Area equals to, you know already. So square. What is that? A square. But again A square. What is the relation? 2r. That's why pi r square upon A equals to 2r, then A square equals to 4r square. So r square get cancelled. 5 by 4 we can get, and that is nearly 78.5%. It means 0.785 packing fraction. 0.78 packing fraction of this one. And this is only 2D plane. In the same position, one over another, if we take another 2D plane, so it will be placed on the same position, then we can get that simple cubic in 3D. Of course, you know, in simple cubic, what is the packing fraction of, if you take in 3D, simple cubic, packing fraction, how much we got in the last video? 52%. Here we are getting how much in 2D? 78%. So which is more stable? So this 2D dimension, this arrangement is more stable compared to this one. And you can't make it in the palm like that. Chota wala marbles are there. If you place 4 atoms or 4 marbles on the palm, it's very easy. And the second layer also, it will be placed on the same first over layer. It's very difficult. So that simple cubic is most unstable, right? In 2D, and this is somewhat stable because of this packing fraction. So like this, we have to find in 2D. So another kind of 2D packing is also there. That is a hexagonal packing. So hexagonal packing, let's see. 3 atoms, and here in the cavity, in the between these 3 atoms, so we can place 2 atoms. We can place 2 atoms, and through body, sorry, this atom center nucleus, and we can get like this. So it seems to be what? Hexagonal. It seems to be hexagonal. So in hexagonal, of course, in hexagonal, what is the angle? Each one angle is 120, right? 120 degrees, and that means what? So is a 1/3 condition. So this atom contribution towards this unit cell is 1/3. So here 1/3, here 1/3, here 1/3. Like how many are there? So 6 atoms contribution 1/3 plus 1 inside the unit cell. So complete 100% contribution. That's why 1. So total number of atoms are 3. So total number of atoms means that is what? Z. Z equals to 3 for this 2D hexagonal unit cell, right? And what is the area? Area of the unit cell. Area of the unit cell. So this is the hexagonal structure. If we keep like a perpendicular lines, so we may get 6 equatorial triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total how many are there? 6 equatorial triangles we can get. So equatorial 6 are there, and each one, what is the area of the equatorial triangle? A square. This is equatorial triangle. Again, what is this? This length of the hexagonal. So this is the length of the hexagonal. This length equals to radius of this one plus radius of this one. So again, same relation here. A equals to what? 2r. A equals to 2r. Now what is the packing fraction? So packing fraction equals to area occupied by atoms. How many atoms are there? 3. Each one, what is the area? Pi r square. So 3 pi r square upon. So now equatorial triangle, I mean hexagonal. So area of the unit cell, hexagonal unit cell. So 6 root 3 upon 4 into a square, and 6 root 3 into 4 I'm writing upward. Again a square, a equals to what is the relation? A equals to 2r. So a square equals to 4r square. 4r square. R square get cancelled, and 4 gets cancelled. So 3 to the overall we may get pi upon 2 root 3. Pi upon 2 root 3, that is equals to nearly 0.9 or 90% packing fraction. So you may get 90% packing fraction. So in between these 2D geometries, which is more stable? A normal, so planic, I mean a square planic unit cell or hexagonal unit cell, which is the most stable? So this is the most stable, because we may get 90% packing fraction, and where we can get here only how much? 78% packing fraction. Like this we have to find whatever the structure is given. If it is 2D dimension, area by the atoms. If it is 3D dimension, volume of the atoms upon volume of the unit cell. So we have to do like this calculation. Thank you for watching.